On social media, sir, there are issues around fake news, and there is also the DPDP bill which has been passed, which was passed by your government under your tenure. What is the time frame for operationalizing those rules, and when will we see the rubber hitting the road, as it were?
See, the approach that we have followed, there are two things that we have meticulously followed. One, we decided not to make either the rules or the act very prescriptive. We wanted it to be very principles based. Now that's a very different approach from what the Western governments took, that approach. Their approach was very prescriptive, identifying the number of hours and all that kind of stuff, right? So we wanted it to be very principles based. Same thought process we are following in the rules. The second thing that we always followed was, we wanted the entire process to be very consultative. And because of that consultative process, for example, when we were drafting the law, I think we had more than 35,000 inputs from various stakeholders, and we used all those inputs to finally draft our bill. Same process we are following now. The consultation process is in its final laps. Most of the inputs that we wanted have already been received, and we should now be in a position to do the final draft.
Talking about social media, sir, do you think the scope of the broadcast bill needs to be widened to also look at influencers, content creators, considering what happened recently with the whole Ranbir Allahbadia and Samay Raina episode?
See, end of the day, we must understand that we are all living in a society. We are all living in a particular cultural context. We are all having friends, neighbors, children. Everybody is connected with each other. So we must, as users of technology, whether we are content creators or we are consumers of technology, we should understand what is our responsibility, and we should try to be, I would say, as a citizen or as a user, we should try and see what my own boundaries should be. I should be able to define that and work within that. Making, let's say, if you are living in your own living room, 4 or 5 persons, those jokes would be very different from a platform where you are basically broadcasting to the entire world what you want to say. Then we must understand that we are living in a social context, and I would say that we should understand that as a social responsibility.